What's up, guys? It's Talia. Welcome back to my channel. Today it is the evening of Sunday, November the 3rd. It's kind of cool. I just got home from work a little while ago. I got up at 6 and I usually get home around 7, maybe just before 7. And so it took me a few minutes to get everything together, so it's probably maybe about 50 degrees outside, low 50s right now. And I want to go ahead and preface this video with welcoming all my new subscribers, because I did a video last week. I did a flip through of a book that I just got in right before then, like a couple days before that, and which, I mean, I'll show it for anybody who didn't see that video. But I had done a flip through, got tons of views on that video, and got a few new subscribers out of it. So I want to say hello to everyone. My name is Talia. If you're new here, I live in South Carolina, just really at the border of North Carolina, South Carolina, kind of near Charlotte. And I do cross-stitching. So if you saw that video, you saw the flip through of the cross-stitch book, then you probably figured out I do cross-stitching. So today's video hopefully won't run too long. I do have quite a number of whips to show you. And I'm doing this on a Sunday after work because I didn't get to do it on Thursday, even though I was off Thursday, Halloween. I didn't feel like doing anything on Thursday, and I was still trying to work on one of my whips, so I figured that I would just wait until today when I got off work and do an update. Because I didn't want to wait until next Wednesday, because I didn't want to get too far into November before I did another update, so that I could update you on my progress in October. Yeah. So I do have quite a number of whips to show you, thanks to the October Acrostic. And if you're not familiar with what those are, there is a group on Facebook run by Jen Lee of Quirks and Stitches. And it is called hashtag 24 hours across stitch, or hashtag 24HOCS. And in that group, she runs different challenges. She has a monthly acrostic, being one of them, with different letters, and you choose a whip to work on for each of the letters in the acrostic, and you pick out what kind of progress, and you decide on what kind of progress that you want to do for each of those letters, what your goals are for that particular project. And I actually kind of like doing the acrostics. They allow me to get progress on different whips, obviously, but it helps me kind of figure out what projects I'm going to be working on that month. So it changes from month to month. Some of them may stay the same, which is what is happening in November, because October was really the first month that I had taken part in the acrostic. But with November, I am kind of carrying some of those whips forward into November, and starting to work on different ones. So, got a lot of whips to show you because of the October acrostic. You saw some of them in my last update. I've worked some more on different ones. And then I have a little bit of all. I don't have a lot this time, but I have a few things. In the hair, if you saw the hair, I did not get it redone. And in case you're wondering, I have my light situated right there behind the camera, and I've got it pointed out so that hopefully I can get a little bit of light, just to give you an idea of what we're working with here. See, this is what it looks like without the outline. And if you noticed when I was flipping it, that's on the lowest setting. So we're going to turn that back on. There we go. So I have my outlight set on the lowest of the 3 settings. Just to kind of help illuminate everything. Oh, what I was talking about. I'm sorry. Rabbit trail. No, I did not get my hair re-dyed after my last update, but I have been using a color depositing shampoo, and it's really helped to put some of that bright purple back in. So hopefully, maybe I won't need to go get my hair re-dyed so often, because that's my stylist. She's wonderful. She can do some magic, but just an all over color, just a solid all over color is $74. That's a lot. That's more than I spend on my nails. So, which, yeah, I need to get those redone. I'm gonna make an appointment. I'm getting my nails redone this coming week. So, see, I'm trying not to, like, it bends my hair when I do that, so I'm trying not to do that. Anyway, I have been yabbering way too long already, almost 7 minutes in, and I have not shown a single whip. So, let me take a drink first real quick. I have to get ready. So, that's Gold Peak tea, sweet tea. It's pretty good. It's not one of those bottled sweet teas. It's like really super sweet. So it's really good. I promise. I have my October Acrostic here, which I failed. And I think what the problem is I had too many whips. It wasn't necessarily that I had too many whips. I was really... my goals might have been a little too high for what I had on my list and the amount of stitching time I usually get. So I will go through everything that I did complete. Obviously. I'm looking at some of these. Yeah. Like, you see the ones that have the check marks on them? That's the goals that I actually completed. There is one in there. I didn't complete it, but I worked on it. I got halfway to my goal. I got maybe about 3/4 of the way to the goal. And realized I hate working on this project. Why do I continue to torture myself? Yeah, it's going to look great. It's going to look fantastic. It's going to look awesome if it were to get completed. But I hate working on it so much. I'm not doing that to myself anymore. So, one of my October Acrostic goals turned into a whip down project. It's officially a UFO now. I'm not going to continue to do that to myself, because it would probably take me the better part of like the next 50 years to work on it. I hate it. Anyway, moving on. I also have, in addition to my October Acrostic, I have my whip tracker that shows what I worked on when. And this is also a file that can be found on the Stitchmania Facebook page in their files. And it's, if you're like me, I don't require a ton of organization on my cross stitch, but I do like to know what I work on when. Especially when it comes to doing videos and stuff, because I like to know, okay, I worked on this, this, and this, because I forget. So that's my whip tracker. That's going to help me today. Supposedly the last time I did a video was on the 16th. The last time I did an update. It shows that I worked on a project that day, but the problem is I don't remember if I showed you or not. I think I did, but I'm going to show it again anyway. Where can I put this? That I may have easy access to it. I'll put it right there for now. Okay. I'm pretty sure I showed this to you. My brain is saying that I showed this to you already. But then again, my brain is useless half the time. So, the first thing I worked on the 16th, was the last day that I did an update. That day I worked on Simply Meant to Be. Artwork by Sherry Gerhardt, and charted by Heaven and Earth. I did not exactly meet my goal on this. My goal on this was to do, I think, 480 stitches. I think. I may be wrong. No. Yeah, my goal on this was 480 stitches. I think I managed... I think I managed about 120 to 140 stitches. I didn't get a whole lot. I was counting because I had counted the number of rows. But this is where it's at. When I had started working on it, I had maybe, I think it was 3 or 4 rows already done here in this diagonal. My diagonal is 20 stitches wide. So, and then I did a few rows. I think I did like 6 rows. Something like that. 5 or 6 rows. I told you, my brain is useless. So that's all the progress on that. Yeah, that's it. I should probably go ahead and put this away now. But my mind keeps wanting to work on it. Because it's supposed to be a present for my son. Not necessarily a present. He knows I'm working on it. But it needs to get done eventually. So, that one go. Alright, so I need to put this closer. Sorry, I had to do a little bit more adjusting. Then, what in the world? The next day I worked on Leviton Parkwarts again. Then, after that, I started Last Stitch Cemetery by Henzite. There we go. Last Stitch Cemetery. This is being done with the DMCs on, I should really write this down. It's a Under the Sea Fabrics. I know that much. I don't remember. Anyway. My goal in this was 120 stitches. I managed to get, I am going to need that. I think I managed right at 120. don't know. I have no clue. See, I forget. I did my goal. So this is probably right at 120 stitches or a little above. That's the top of one of the gravestones, and then obviously the fence that's behind it. So I remember when I was stitching on this, I was at work and I was watching 13 Ghosts on my phone. So yeah, this is an under the sea fabrics. Don't remember. It's a 32 count. I bet I could look real quick and see what it is. Yes, this is the other piece. This is, yeah, 32 count Hera. Sorry, 32 count Hera by Under the Sea Fabrics. H-E-R-A. Sorry. I'll get it eventually. Yeah. So, that is the progress on that. I will put this up later. I'll put that up in a minute. Right now it's getting tossed on top of the printer. I think that's my favorite part. Is squeezing the air out of the bags. Then I worked on, next thing I worked on was Winchester. I can find where Winchester is. This is what Winchester looks like. I don't have to take it out of the bag. So Winchester. This is by it's right there on the tip of my tongue. Fiddlesticks AU on Etsy. I worked, a goal on this was 480 stitches, and I managed to complete that goal. I think I did, I want to say it was actually a little over 500, because I couldn't just do half of a row, so I had to do a whole row. I think it was ended up being like 507 stitches or something like that. So that is my progress. I've kind of started trying to highlight these things in a different color than the last time I worked on it. I think that's right. I think I did like, I don't even remember. Well, I'm just really a wealth of information today, aren't I? But I did a few rows. Just know that much. I did a few rows on Winchester. This is 32 count sterling by Picture This Plus. Has kind of a green tone to it. So that's it. I want to say, I know, just keep unfolding this thing. I want to say I was right about, I'm trying to remember where I was at. It wasn't very far in. I do know that much. I was only a few rows in. I think I was maybe about 3 or 4 rows in just like with the Haid. So I've done all the rest of that. Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm not being much help this time. I can hear some of you screaming at me. What the heck is wrong with you? So after I did Winchester, I started a free design that can be found on the interwebs. And I don't want to show this too long, but it's called Midnight Meow by, it's a Mirabilia, it's technically a Nora Corbett design. But if you find it, it'll probably be under the name Mirabilia. And yes, I still have it on my hoop. So I should probably take it off. I'm gonna go ahead and take it off my hoop. Because I don't foresee myself working on this anymore right now. So this is my progress on Midnight Meow. That's it. My goal was 120 stitches to start on it, and that's what I got. I think maybe just over 120. So, this fabric is a 16 count. It's by Fabrics by LJ. I don't know. I can't find it right now. But I'm pretty sure this is a 16 count. I'm pretty sure it's a 16 count. If not, or whatever this is, I'll put it down at the bottom right there. So, that is all she wrote on that. Then I worked a little bit. Where is it? Then I worked a little bit on Plague Crow. I fully intend to print out a better picture one of these days. And I feel like my pattern is mismatched. Not in a bad way, but like where the page I'm on is supposed to be color symbols, and then the other pages I have are just the regular black and white symbols. There it is. Notes in there somewhere. This is Plague Crow. And this is by Busby Designs on Etsy. My goal on this was 480 stitches, which I managed to complete. The last time you saw this, I was right at, see this line right here that has like the two stitches that are level with each other, that line? Yes, I completed all the rest of that from like here down. So there's a lot of colors in this bit here. So, and this is still at the top corner of his top hat there. And this is don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but this is Maritime White. Yeah, 40 count Maritime White by Lakeside Linens. Has a kind of a khaki and a green tone to it. Mostly khaki, slightly green. So that is also getting put away. And then the last new thing that I need to show you. I will show you the thing that I decided to UFO. The last thing is Steampunk Luna Moth by Fireside Originals. When I started this, the last time I showed this was when the last time I started it. I think it was back in May of last year. I had done most of the white in the body. I was still working on filling in the white part because there's like two colors there. You can see it. And then I think I had done up one side of the wing in the red. So when I pulled this out and was looking at when I was going to work on it again, I don't know what was wrong with me, but when I first started this, but I had started it in the middle of a fat quarter. This design is not that big. It's under, I think, 7 by 9. So it's less than 7 inches. It's less than 7 inches tall by less than 9 inches wide. And I had it on a fat quarter. Straight in the middle. And I saw that and I'm like, what was wrong with me? Was it really that much trouble to cut the fabric down? Evidently it was at the time. So I picked all that out, cut the fabric in half, and so I have restarted it. So that was a restart. All the white in the body, and then that completed. That was really my goal, was to just restart it basically, and just to get the body done, the white body. So I did that, and then there's the piece at the top up there. So, and this, there will be a lot less waste with this, as you can see. It actually comes down a little bit further. The body is not squarely in the middle. You can see where the middle of the fabric was right here. It's not squarely in the middle. The wing still comes down to about here. So, that is what I did. See, there's 2 colors there. This is on a piece of 32 count Iris, I think, by Under the Sea Fabrics. You can kind of see the holes to where, I don't know if you can be able to see that. See where those holes are open right there? Right? I think? Yeah. Right around in there. See where those holes are like extra open? Maybe. Maybe not. That's where it was at before. So, that's where it's at now. Just now that it's on a smaller piece of fabric, I can actually work on this on my 8-inch Q-snap. Maybe I might have to do an 8 by 11 because those wings are pretty big. So that was one of the last things. The thing that I worked on, I think was in here. Oh, it's my November one. Might help to look at the right one. The last thing that I worked on that I decided that I was going to UFO was Proctor. Oops. Floss falling out all over the place. Those of you who have been following me for a while know this pattern. This is out of a very old cross-stitching country crafts. And the problem is not so much how it looks as a whole. The problem, if I can get close enough to you, focus. I don't know if this is going to focus or not. I don't know. The problem is, there is so many. I'm like way off color now. The problem is, there are so many partial stitches in this thing. And looking at it close up, you can't tell it. You're not going to be able to tell it on camera. But looking at it close up, I just don't like how those stitches look. I just don't like how it looks stitched. From far back, it looks nice. But up close, to look at the actual stitching, I'm not a fan of the stitching. And so this project was becoming a bit of a pain. Like, I hated working on it. I always loved the idea of finishing it, because I think even on the fabric that I have it on, it would look phenomenal. But I'm not a fan of the stitching. And this is showing up a little bit different shade. Why all of a sudden am I don't know why all of a sudden I'm like a different shade. But this is where I had gotten. I was working some more down here in this yellow. I think I got about 70 stitches before I decided I don't like this enough to keep going. So one of these days I will frog this out and reuse the fabric, because I love the fabric. I love this fabric. This is an Under the Sea Fabrics. This is another example of me starting a small design on an entirely too big piece of fabric. Like, that's just the center of it. And as you can see from the magazine, it's not, as you can see from the magazine, it's not that much bigger than where that vase is and the birds. It's not that big. So why am I starting it on a whole fat half piece of fabric? This fabric is best used for something else. So that will get frogged one day down the line. Just like all the other things that I need to frog out that I pulled before, and I still haven't frogged that stuff out yet. Maybe I might do that this weekend. I mean, maybe I might do that on my next day off. Spend some time frogging. So, I'm going to pick up these colors. Go ahead and put them back in there. So, that project is actually done for. So that's what I worked on. Sorry. I think there's like a cord down there. It keeps getting stuck on. So that's what I worked on in October. And then really the only thing I have worked on in November. What the heck is going on there? I don't know. Anyway, Um, so I also worked on my Hogwarts piece. And the thing is, I'm saving this till now because I worked on it in October, but I've also worked on it a little bit today. That's where it sits at now. If I were to show you, did I even? Doesn't look like I brought the rest of it. Anyway, this is where it sits at right now. When I showed this to you last time, yes, I had the castle done. I was almost done with my wand. And I think I already had the green swirl. I was almost done with the wand. I'm still debating on back stitching. I'm leaning toward back stitching that in a slightly darker yellow. Just to kind of make the details stand out a little bit more. And in October, I worked on all the gray that was in the train. And then just today I worked on some of these reds here. So, and then that little thing right there. But in October I worked on all the gray that was in the train. Cause I think the last time you saw this, I had like the red outline of that box right there. But I didn't have anything else done. But I worked on the train. So that's where it sits at right now. This is it's a 32 count even weave by White Shelps. It's called Stormy Night. So, Groot. Sorry, Groot. And I forgot to say what the fabric was for that project that I'm UFOing. That's another Under the Sea Fabrics. That is, what is the name of that? Rosalind. It's Under the Sea Fabrics called Rosalind. So, that's where Hogwarts sits at. And I also today worked a little bit. I've actually done my goal on this, but I just kind of worked on it a little bit more. I stopped counting. My goal on this was to do 120 stitches, and I well surpassed that. I stopped counting at 174. So this is it's called Modern Nordic. It is out of the 2017 Just Cross Stitch Ornament issue. So they have it done in a different color. This is a color, I'm going to look. This is a silk from Fiberlicious called Mistletoe. It's just different reds and greens. And the fabric is just like, it's a really light blue. Yeah, there you go. The fabric is a really, really pale blue. It is a 18 count. 18 count, like a pale blue. It's called just ice blue. Don't remember where I got it at. So, but that is where that sits at right now. Just to give you an idea. The last time you saw this, when I started it for my 12 days of starts last year in December, I had the circle, and then I had come out this line right here, right there. That's all I had done, was that circle and then that line. So I did all the rest of that. So, and my tiny little hoop. I'm so happy that I decided to go ahead and buy this little 4-inch hoop. I bought it because I was working on something else that I never completed. It was going to be a gift for somebody that I used to work for, and I left that place, and so I never finished the gift. So, that is all she wrote on the whips. I will go ahead and do haul real quick, and then I will let you know what my plans are for November. Well, for the rest of November. So, if you saw, mind you're down. Sorry. So I also purchased from Kate at No Name Needle Minders, and I got these. I'm going to give you a minute to read the notice. If you need to pause, you can pause. And then she sent this one as a little freebie. And then I had actually ordered another one of the ones that she can customize. I had ordered it at the same time, and she had to send that separately. So I got that. It's one of the ones that has my name, my channel name on it. And then she sent another one of the dresses, another freebie. So got those from No Name Needle Minders. And then I also got, I had purchased a very large piece of fabric from Ritterines. If you remember me talking, there's a noise, I don't know what that is. If you remember me talking in my last update a couple weeks ago, I mentioned a big grab bag box of fabric from a Facebook page called Ritterines. And I actually, not long after that order, she had put up another thing for some lavender colored Fiddler's Ada. I never knew they made a lavender color in the Fiddler's Ada. This is a very large piece of fabric. Just realize that. Okay? This is only half. It's a pretty large piece of fabric. This is a 14 count lavender colored Fiddler's Ada. So I got that. It's showing up pretty good, I guess. It's a little bit more lavendery. If this helps. Nah. But it's a lavender color. So really pretty. I don't know what I would use this for, but I will find something. Never know. It might find it. Some of it might find its way into a giveaway one day. Who knows? And then she also sent a little scrap piece of kind of an off-white 18 count. So got that. And then I also got the December issue of Just Cross Stitch. I will show you the back page to give you an idea of what's in here. Yeah. Well, I'll do a quick flip through. You got Medieval Peacock. At least with Just Cross Stitch, they usually have a bunch of patterns. Autumn Crazy Quilt. The peacock, by the way, is from Marie Barber. The Crazy Quilt is by Carolyn Manning, which I feel like I could have known that just by looking at it. But I didn't want to speak any untruths. So we have Eye of the Forest by Janet Bryant Groves of Crafty Cat Designs. It's really pretty. A lot of satin stitch in that. And then we have part 3 of the House for a Wife, a Housewife. It's kind of an idea of what it looks like. And that is designed by Charlotte Smith of Charlotte's Web Needlework. Then we have I hope I didn't show the pattern. Did I show? No, I didn't. Okay, good. Whew. Then we have Squirrels Acorn House by Teresa Mergida of Primitive Acorns, and the pattern is at the bottom of the page. So that. Right. Yeah, there's nothing. Then we have part 6 of the Floral Band Sampler by Julia Lucas. Sorry about that, I got cut off. So I was showing the part 6 of the Floral Band Sampler. That was all I had to say about it. Then we have the 12 Days of Christmas, which is by Lee Fisher of Stitchy Fish Designs. I don't want to go too long on this, which I guess all my videos end up being long regardless. Then we have a Christmas Monogram Pendant by Nancy Waller of Faithworks Designs. Trying not to show that. You can monogram that with any initial. They have a full alphabet charted. Trying to make sure I don't leave anybody out. Then we have the Red Christmas Truck by Elizabeth Spurlock of Saving Graces. Elizabeth Spurlock of Saving Graces Fine Needlework. Which is, I think that's the one on the cover. Saving Graces Fine Needle Arts. And then we have Happy Holiday Tree by Gail Busey. That's cute. That's really cute. Now see, that just goes to show, I wasn't crazy about that design when I wasn't crazy about any of these when I first saw it. But I do kind of like that Christmas tree. Then we have a Christmas Mantle Scarf, another one by Elizabeth Spurlock of Saving Graces Needle Arts. They show like 2 of these and you just kind of repeat it as needed. Then we have a couple of Christmas gift tags by Anna Shinada of La Bottega del Mirabile. I don't know. Her name is Anna Shinada. So, those are cute. And then we have a Nouveau Santa, by another one by Elizabeth Spurlock. Then we have a cute Jake the Snowman by Janet Bryant Groves of Crafty Cat Designs. Isn't he cute? That would take some finishing, which I am not comfortable with attempting. This one is pretty. It says Sing Hey for Christmas Day by Cynthia Young of Loohoo Stitches. Then we have Starlight Pine Forest by Kathleen Burlew. That's really pretty. I don't know, is this... I'm going to have to look. I think this is in that book that I showed. I'm going to have to look and see. I feel like it is. Part of me feels like it is. And then we have a couple of Christmas ornaments to show. Okay. Yeah. By different designers. I'm not going to go into each one. Favorite finds, and maybe these pages are sticking together so bad. I think that might be it. Yes, that is it. So that that is your quick flip through of the December issue. And then I also got this, which I already did a flip through of it. If you didn't see that, go back to the video, the last video on this channel, previous video, and you will see a full flip through of that. Let me, because I feel like that design is in here. I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, I will admit that I'm wrong. But that name, in that context, sounds familiar. I wonder if it's in the icy blue section. Guess I'm wrong. Guess not. Maybe I just remembered it from seeing it when I got the magazine in. But I got that in. I said in my flip through video that you could definitely find it on Amazon, and possibly on Stony Creek. Reverse that, you can definitely find it on Stony Creek. Not entirely sure it's on Amazon yet, but definitely find it at Stony Creek, or just Google it. You can probably find it. It's a cross-stitch Christmas festive favorites. And then since I ordered that from a special offer, they sent an extra little gift with some more patterns. It's not very big, it's just like a little pamphlet for the most part. So that is all that I've worked on. That's the haul that I've gotten. So I will go ahead and try to do this as quickly as possible. I'll kind of go over what my plans are for the rest of November, using my November acrostic. So the November acrostic is called Rewind Time, since we officially set the clocks back technically today, this morning. The letters spell rewind time. So for R, I'm going to be starting something that just came out yesterday. I haven't picked my fabric yet. Haven't quite made a decision on the floss yet. It is a free Christmas stitch-along, mystery stitch-along by Jardin Privé. Like I said, she just released the first part yesterday, and she will release each subsequent part. It's a 5-part series, I think, altogether. She will release each part on each Saturday. Well, at least each Saturday, us time. But yeah, each part will be released each Saturday for 5 weeks, and the first part was released yesterday on November the 2nd. So when I do my next update, you will see that, and you'll probably be able to see the first 2 parts. If I don't get any further than the first part, maybe I might keep up with it. I don't know yet. So that is R. I've got as R for reindeer, and there is a reindeer in the first part. So I could have either picked reindeer or red, because she's got it shown in red. The second letter is E. And for that E, I have picked Etsy. I have picked the word Etsy to represent that E. And I'm going to be working on my stained glass Ariel. You see this enough. I need to get some stitching in on this one in the worst way. So my goal with this one, since it is pretty solid stitching and it's just like blocks of color, my goal with this one is to get 1,200 stitches. It's where it's at right now. So, my goal is to get 1,200 stitches. I'm going to try to do some more filling in up here and in the ocean and stuff, so I can get done with this top half. So, and my goal with the Jardin Privé is really just to get it started and to do the minimum 120 stitches on a new start. But I'll probably keep going on it anyway, because that's just me. I'll put these back now over here. For the W, I have picked the word wizard, which pretty much sums up Harry Potter, letters from Hogwarts, so I will continue to work on that. I will also goal myself to complete the whole top header, because if I can complete the header in November, then I can probably, hopefully, get the rest of the outlines for the letters and stuff done in December and be ready to go on January 1st. So for the W, I'm going to be working on letters from Hogwarts. For the I am going to continue working on the Winchester projects. I'm going to try to get another 480 stitches on that. For N, I picked, what is that? Oh, N is a little bit of a stretch. N, I picked for needlework, as in the Antique Sampler and Needlework magazine that I got the Beerland sampler out of. So, where is that? So, I'm also going to be working on the Beerland sampler. I can show you the picture. This is what it looks like, but they're doing it in a brown-black color. I'm not doing it in a brown-black color. I'm doing it in a pretty shade of blue, because I was not trying to buy the silks that they suggested. This fabric is going to look like it's too big, but it's not. So, that's where it's at right now. My goal on this is to complete this page 1. So, this vertical goes down a little bit past the end of the page, so it's from about right here. Turn by here, about here. So, my goal on that one is to finish the page 1. And as you can see, yes, it is a pretty hefty size pattern. This is what the fabric is. The fabric is 40 count Oaken by Pictureless Plus. The thread is a silk that I received from, well, that I bought from Silks for You back last year, I think. So I'm going to continue working on that. Okay, you can see the silk. That's the blue silk that I'm working on. It's not that, yeah, it's about right there. You can kind of see it. I don't know. That one was kind of a stretch. I had a lot of trouble figuring out that letter. And then for the D in Rewind, I am also going to be working on Death by Cross Stitch. You just saw this one in my last update, but I will show it again. I had completed the purple triangle. And my goal on this one might be kind of lofty, but I'm going to try. never know, I might actually, my goal on this one, actually, my goal on this one, it says, is complete page 1. It's still a lot of stitching. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep that as my goal, is to complete this page 1, so that I can say I finished the page 1. So that is that. That is just a 32 count MCG linen. So nothing spectacular. And then we get into the word time. So the T, what is that? The T is the perfect time to introduce a Time Lord. So I am going to be I'm going to be working on my 12th Doctor. And this is by Lolita Maid on Etsy. Sorry. And I'll show you my progress now. I keep having to watch the recorder time just to make sure it's still running. This is where it sits at right now. This is being done on a 32 count Lagana in Beach Walk by Under the Sea Fabrics. And this is where his nose is, and then his sunglasses come out right there. So yeah. But my goal on that is 480 stitches. So at least to get a few lines done on that. Then the eye is actually, the eye I've actually already completed. The eye was the little small ornament thing that I just showed you. That is actually by Ink Circles, which is what I use for the eye. It is, and it's called Modern Nordic. And it is out of the 2017 Just Cross Stitch ornament issue. So find it there. So that I've already completed. So one goal down already. And like I said, my goal on that one was 120 stitches, but I just wanted to keep working on it. I stopped counting at like 174, so I definitely made my goal with that one. And then for the M in time, I am going to pull out Monty Python's, not Monty Python, the quote is from Monty Python. I'm going to be pulling out Watery Tart. And this is by, I think it's Crafter Dark on Etsy. So I don't want to show it too long because that's kind of the pattern. It says Dinah Jansen, but I want to say it's Watery Tart. It's Crafter Dark on Etsy. Because I've gotten a few patterns from her. I will show this. This is a 16 count Ada that I dyed myself. And there's where it sits at right now. My goal is to complete the mermaid that's on that side. And once I get the mermaid done, the rest shouldn't take that long. So, I'll show you just for comparison. I don't know, this might be a bit of a lofty goal. I may have to revise that. So you see how much mermaid that is? I'm going to revise that. I'm going to do 480 stitches and not the whole mermaid. I'm going to do 480 stitches on her. So, you heard that. So that's going on record that that's what my goal is to do 480 on her. So yeah. This is where it sits at now. That's her hand, so there's still a few more lines up here, and then I can just do the rest down here. So. And then for the last one, for the last letter, the second E, I really had to stretch on this one too. This one, I picked the word even weave for this. And that is what it is being done on. This is Wreath House by Hands On Design. Guess I could show you the design, huh? This is the main design, because this pack comes with all 3 of these designs because they were released at a couple different times, but she re-released it as all 3. So this is the pattern right here that I'm working on, Wreath House. And as you can see from when I just showed you, I only have that green and then that little bit right there. So this is Wreath House. And this is being done on something. Obviously, it's being done on something. Being done on a 32 count Lagana and Lapis by Under the Sea Fabrics. So my goal with that one is just to get 120 more stitches on that. So that is going to do it for today. I know I probably rambled on long enough. And I don't want to take up too much time on my phone memory. So that's probably going to be it. Other than that, I'm probably going to come back Wednesday with a whip down, because I have ideas of projects that other projects in addition to that one that I want to get rid of. So I'm going to come back with a full whip down, and I kind of want it to serve as a end of year whip parade as well. So that'll be my whip parade / whip down video. And then I definitely want to come back. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, I don't know if I'm going to do it Wednesday or if I'm going to wait until later on in the month, because I definitely want to finish getting my plans for 2020 together, and I will come back hopefully the end of this month or possibly the beginning of December and let you know what my plans are. So hopefully, maybe, no guarantees that I will do it this week, but definitely on Wednesday I will come back for a whip down. And so because I need to get those out of the way so that I can focus on 2020. And I don't know why my hair keeps doing that. Like these longer ones in the back keep wanting to. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. I know I said it probably wasn't gonna be as long, but yeah, no, yeah, how it goes. And I know I said it before, earlier on in the video, but I want to say welcome to my new subscribers. I hope you like what you saw. I don't normally, I'm not gonna lie, I was about to say I don't normally ramble this long, but we all know that I do. So, I'm hoping to start getting out more crafting videos. I do want to try to do one Wednesday, so maybe, fingers crossed, I might be able to do that. I have a couple of crafts stuff out there that I've already purchased the stuff for. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. I'm sorry if it went a little bit longer than you were hoping. If you were hoping for a longer video, you're welcome. So, until I see you guys again next time, be awesome to yourself and always be awesome to each other. Bye.